Hey everybody, happy Monday. I thought I would hop on today and do a quick cooking video. It's been a while since I've actually made a video and uploaded it to my YouTube and all of that. I've been doing lives here and there and sharing the lives with you guys, but I think that sometimes people miss the videos because they can pause them and go back and replay and follow whatever I'm doing. Today's recipe is like super simple, okay? I'm making chicken stuffed zucchini. Now you can do it a couple different ways. You could make it with an Alfredo sauce, which, oh my God, would be heavenly, or you can make it with regular jarred pasta sauce, okay? And you can doctor up your pasta sauce a little bit. Normally, like when I make spaghetti or lasagna, I make my own sauce, all right, from the scratch. But there's nothing wrong with taking shortcuts here and there. We're all busy. We all have things to do. There is no shame in my game for using a jarred sauce. My preferred jarred sauce is the Prego, the traditional. That's the one I like, so that's the one I'm going to use today. I've made these in the past with Alfredo. I make homemade Alfredo sauce, and oh my gosh, it's so good. But I'm trying to be a little bit, a little bit healthier by not using all the butter and the cream. So that's why I chose to go with this pasta sauce one. Robbie's been so good about running and exercising and trying to keep weight off, and then I sabotage him with my cooking. So I'm trying to get a little better. So today we're gonna make the chicken stuffed zucchinis, and we'll see how they are. I've never made this version before, but let's give it a shot and see. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I have 4 zucchini, and I've washed them and dried them. I'm gonna cut off the tops of the zucchini, the stem part, just cut that off. All right, and then I'm gonna cut the zucchini lengthwise. Be very careful, don't chop your hand off. You know me and my janky cutting board that I have that slides all over my counter and everybody gets so mad at me. So I'm just gonna set them here while I cut the other ones. You're gonna do that with all 4 of them. I think if there's just 2 of you, you could do, just 2 zucchini, and that would be plenty. But because there's 4 of us, I want to do 4 zucchini. All right. And then I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I have a parchment-lined cookie sheet here because what we're going to do is we're going to season up these zucchini, and we're going to cook them in the oven for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So now that once you've cut them in half lengthwise like that, you're going to take a spoon or a scooper, whatever you have. I don't have all those fun kitchen gadgets. I really don't. So I'm just going to take a spoon and I'm going to peel the flesh out of all the zucchinis, okay? That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to pause until I do that because that's going to take a few minutes. And I'm just going to scoop out the inside of the zucchini so that there's just a thin layer of the flesh left in the bottom. Okay, so now I've scooped out the entire middle part of the zucchini. And now I'm going to take some olive oil and I'm just going to sprinkle it, drizzle it over the top of the zucchini. Just a little bit, and I'll use a brush and kind of brush it in. And then I'm going to salt them with some coarse salt, and I'm going to stick them in the oven. I'm going to do a little pepper too. And I'm going to stick them in the oven for about 15 minutes, okay? Until they start to get a little bit soft. And we're going to do the chicken part on the stovetop. So I'm just taking a little brush and brushing the olive oil, making sure I get all the top of the zucchini. Okay, and now let's take some coarse salt, and I'm going to sprinkle some coarse salt on the top of the zucchini. All right, just like that. A little pepper, a little bit of pepper. I know this is going to be delicious. Okay, so like I said, my oven is preheated to 400 degrees, and it's already beeped at me, so I know it's ready. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick these right in the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay,
Starting now.
I have to set a timer because I'll forget, because that's how I am. I forget everything, okay? Now I'm just going to get a saute pan, and we're going to start to do our chicken. So when I told you this recipe is easy, I literally mean it super easy. This stuff right here, okay? Costco, this huge bag of, Okay, I want to make sure it was recorded. It looked like it stopped. Okay, so this huge bag of diced chicken, you can get it at Costco. I freaking love it. It makes my life easy. I don't have to touch raw chicken, which, you know, I do not like. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. Move these little stubs there, make sure. I like to clean up as I go, so it's not so bad. So I'm going to put the skillet on the stove, and I'm going to add probably like 2 cups of the diced chicken. That'll be enough, I think, for all of the zucchini. And we're gonna top it with some yummy, yummy herbs and some fresh basil. It's gonna be great. So it comes in like already pre-cut, which I love. I'm gonna turn on my burner to high. I'm just sort of eyeballing it. And I'm gonna put the rest of the chicken aside because I'm gonna make some Greek style chicken with that and a little bit for salad. And I love those bags because they're super convenient. Okay, so now that my chicken is in the pan, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna salt it up. You can use whatever salt. You can use that coarse salt, you can use regular salt. I have this Himalayan pink salt, and I'm just gonna give a few turns of that pink salt. I'm gonna add some pepper. I'm gonna grab some oregano. Where's my oregano? It's right here. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of oregano. Probably like a teaspoon, like half a teaspoon of oregano in there. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, okay? I always empty my spices into my little jars. This is just regular Italian seasoning. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of Italian seasonings. And we're gonna start to let that just cook away in here, okay? And I'm not gonna add anything until this starts to cook. And then I'm gonna chop up a little bit of onion, like half a white onion, and I'm gonna do probably like 3 cloves of garlic chopped, and we're gonna throw it in there with that. Okay, so while I'm letting my chicken cook, I'm gonna take half of a white onion and I'm gonna chop it. I'm gonna dice it. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna get soft while it cooks with the chicken, and it's gonna get soft as you bake this off in the oven. We don't want to forget about our zucchini in the oven. See, I have to set a timer, otherwise I will forget they're in there. All right, so I'm just gonna chop up that onion really rough, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add that to the chicken. And now I'm gonna take some garlic. I have some fresh, now I'm lazy. When it comes to garlic, I don't want to peel it. I am lazy, it drives me insane. I buy them in these little bags at Kroger. They're already peeled, they're sealed. I love them, they're fragrant. Never have any issues with my garlic. Like this piece, check this piece out. This counts as like 3 pieces of garlic. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use that one, we're gonna do 3. 3 cloves, and I'm just gonna chop it. You know I cannot make some kind of Italian thing without some garlic. Hello, what are people even thinking? Right? All right. Gotta have garlic. It already smells amazing in here because of the onion and the Italian spices. The basil we're gonna add on at the end. Okay, we're gonna do a little tiny bit of herbs, fresh herbs, and then we'll top it with fresh basil. Now, if I add the basil before I put it in the oven, the basil's gonna turn dark, and I don't want that. I want it to be fresh and fragrant and flavorful. So after I'm done cooking the zucchini, I'm gonna chop that and just garnish the top with the basil. So here's our garlic. I really missed making videos because I love to inspire other people to try to cook. I mean, like, I know that you don't have a lot of time. Some people, they don't have a lot of time, and they need something quick and easy. And so I'm always trying to think of stuff that's pretty quick and pretty easy. And what's easier than a jarred sauce, right? All right. There's nothing wrong with that. No shame in my game. I don't care. We can use a jarred sauce. All right, this chicken smells amazing, you guys. Amazing. Gonna let that keep cooking. Give it a good stir now and then. Now I bought some fresh basil here. I usually buy the big container, but what I find is that I don't use it quick enough and it turns on me. And then I like to buy these roasting herb blends because I use this stuff a lot. Like when I make chicken and whatever, I love having these on hand. So I'm gonna take a little bit. This one has Italian parsley and thyme in it and rosemary. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the thyme, a couple sprigs, and I'm just gonna pull the leaves off, strip off the leaf, and put it in with the chicken. Just a little bit. Okay, that's good enough for that. And then the basil, I'm gonna chop and use at the end. So I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna go grab my sauces and I'll hop back on and show you what the chicken's looking like. Okay, so my timer just went off for my oven to remove the zucchini. So let's get that out. The chicken is almost done cooking. Oh yeah, those look nice. Okay, so here's my zucchini. Now they're not cooked all the way. You just wanna get the center soft a little bit. So I'm gonna put those right here. The pan is super hot. And my chicken is looking really nice, okay? It's looking nice and crispy and beautiful. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some pasta sauce. And I'm gonna add it a cup at a time because, now this is just the Prego, traditional, okay? If you really wanna jazz it up, get like the basil one or the garlic one, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna start by adding just a cup of pasta sauce. Okay, let me turn down my heat just a little bit. I'm gonna stir that in with the chicken. Smells amazing, you guys. Oh my goodness. We're gonna stir that in. Now, I am gonna add, you can skip this part if you want to, but I'm gonna add a tablespoon of white sugar, okay? And the reason I do that is because it's super acidic. You know, sauces are really acidic, and I just like the flavor that it adds to the sauce, okay? You don't have to do that. That's something I always do. In my spaghetti sauce, in my lasagna, I always add a tablespoon of sugar, okay? So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna mix it in, and then what we'll do is the sauce that's left, we're gonna use that and drizzle it on the top once we load up this zucchini boats with this chicken. It smells incredible. It just smells incredible. Okay, let me turn that off. And I'm gonna switch these around so you can see what's going on. So I'm gonna move, that is really hot though. I'm gonna move this over here. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of Parmesan cheese and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan in the bottom of each one of these zucchinis. Just a little bit, just a little layer of Parmesan in the bottom. They're sizzling because I have it on that hot part of the stove. Okay, just a little bit of parm in the bottom. Set that aside. Now I'm gonna take my chicken and I'm gonna spoon the chicken into the zucchini bones. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, can you? Let me move it back just a skitch so you can kind of see. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Okay, so now I'm just taking that chicken and I'm gonna spoon it right in to each one of those zucchini bowls. Just spoon it in there. And then what we'll do is we're going to top it with some mozzarella and a little bit more sauce probably. Unless you want to go light sauce. I'm making a mess. I'm getting it everywhere. Per usual, but okay, here we go. A little bit more. I only have a few more to do. You can really fill them. So I have a little bit more chicken I can spread around here. Let's see, let's do this one a little bit more. They might overflow a little bit, that's all right. That's okay. Just tuck it down in there if you can. Probably use a smaller spoon would be wise, but, and even if it overflows onto the cookie sheet, you can always just, when you're serving, you know, scoop it back up on the top. We're good. This is gonna be amazing. I think Robbie is really, really gonna love this. You can hear it sizzle because I set it on that hot part of the, let's put that here. Okay, now I'm gonna get rid of that. These look outstanding. All right, now we're gonna take some mozzarella here in a second, and I'm just gonna take my pasta sauce, just a little bit, couple drops on each one. And if you don't use the whole jar, then you can save it and use it for the next time you cook. I think it lasts for like a week in the fridge or something. Find another purpose. Make little pizzas for your kids with the leftover. That one I put a lot on. That's right, that can be mine. Okay, now take your mozzarella. Oh my gosh, it's like bubbling and I love it. Okay, you got a little piece of chicken that fell off right there. Okay, now I'm gonna take my mozzarella and I'm gonna top them with mozzarella. Ooh, yes. I love cheese. I love cheese. I cannot be vegan like in my lifetime. I could be a vegetarian. I think I could truly be a vegetarian. I really don't care about the meat thing, but I cannot give up the dairy. I don't know. I have a weakness. Okay, so to me that's plenty. And then I'm gonna stick it in the oven for about 20 more minutes. And that's gonna get nice and bubbly and soft on the top and gooey. And then that's it. I'm gonna serve it with a nice salad, you guys, and it looks fantastic. I've got my fresh basil right here. You guys, nothing in the world is better than fresh basil. I love it. It's so delicious, especially with mozzarella, the combination. All right, so back in the oven. This is gonna go back in the oven. Let me get it off the stove. Put it in there. All right, now they're in, and they're gonna cook, like I said, for maybe 20 more minutes. I'm sorry, I have allergies. We'll pull them out. I'm gonna make a salad. I think I'm gonna make this delicious pear and walnut salad with feta and a really delicious honey vinaigrette dressing to go with it. So I will see you in a little bit when these are done to show you the end result. The timer just went off to pull them out of the oven. Let's take a look. Fingers crossed that they look good. I haven't even checked, so here we go. I hope they look good. Oh my goodness. They look better than good. They look better than good. Oh my gosh, you guys. Check that out. Wow. You guys, that looks outstanding. And I have to, of course, try it while you're here with me. Let me grab a plate. I'm going to cut it in half, I think, because, well, you know what? I'll just take one and then, let's see. Hold on. Let's try to, oh boy. Oh, wow. I'm afraid to touch it, so hot. Probably should have used some tongs. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take that fresh basil and sprinkle over the top of all of them. Oh yeah, look at that. A little bit of fresh basil. It's going to make it taste amazing. All right, here we go. I'm going to put a little fresh basil in mine. And I'm afraid it's so hot. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Look at that. Look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Hopefully the zucchini is soft enough. So let me just cut it with the, oh yeah, it is. So probably total cooking time for the zucchini between when I put it in the oven the first time and the second time is about a half an hour. And it maybe could go a little bit longer, maybe another 5 minutes, but not much longer than that. You can see the steam just coming off of this and it's super duper hot, but I have to try it. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's even better than I thought it would be. It is so delicious, you guys. Wow. The fresh basil, please do yourself a favor and get some fresh basil. It really makes all the difference. This is delicious, you guys. I really hope you'll try it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to sit and eat the whole thing. I was just going to have a bite, but I'm going to finish the whole thing. I hope you'll try it. Let me know what you guys think. It's a super easy recipe, something to throw together, you know, quick weeknight meal. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. As always, thanks for taking the time to watch me do my videos. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. Till next time, Awafi.